So I'm Scott Toth. I am the Army ROTC Enrollment Officer here at Clarkson University. Just been asked to speak because I've served in the military from about the mid-'80s to the mid-'90s, and then I did a tour in early 2000 over in Afghanistan. So climate change from a military perspective, number one, the military, I mean, we're training for peace. Our goal is peace. So as the climate changes, as folks are migrating or having to change their way of life, that creates conflict. And conflict is what we're trained to deal with in the most harsh way. But we want to not have to do that. So climate change, that, concerns the military in a lot of different aspects. When I was asked to speak, I mean, the first thing that came to mind is remembering that I'm a Desert Storm vet. So serving in Iraq back in the early 90s, I saw the effects of climate terrorism, basically. Saddam Hussein lit up a bunch of oil fires to try to create environmental disaster that kind of distracted us from our goal of freeing Kuwait. So anytime the environment is going through a change or turmoil, it affects how we can do our job or not do our job. The other thing that came to mind was the fact that the military is very, very cognizant of the climate and climate change and the impacts of conflict, and that's basically what climate change is doing, is creating some conflict or some changes to different societies. So the Army's very focused on things like, back in the day, the red-headed woodpecker that prohibited training in certain areas of Fort Bragg, or where I served in Fort Irwin, California, us avoiding the desert tortoise and allowing areas where the desert tortoise could live, and we would avoid those places during our training. Just again, the military is we don't like we're trained for the conflict, but we don't like the conflict. And anytime we see the climate change and folks being uprooted or those kind of things, we're going to see more of it. We're going to see places, like Pakistan and India, where water is an issue, or glaciers are going away, and that's going to create conflict between neighbors who have a tough time getting along already. So we're definitely going to be concerned about climate change. I mean, all the countries where there's conflicts, there's things environmentally going on, whether it's droughts or famines or water issues or resource issues, for sure. And it's only gonna get worse as shorelines start to disappear, as water starts to become a more scarce resource. Definitely something that's going to, I guess, make us busier, which is not a good thing. When the military is busy, that's what we try to avoid when possible.